Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Pyre. So, I thought this might be a good time to do some reading. But I had a look through this book. So each of the 8 chapters is written by a different one of the scribes, right? We're familiar with the chapter written by Golgol Athenian, but Jamur Menimane wrote a chapter, Molten Melith wrote a chapter, and as I was flipping through this, trying to figure out if this should be the episode where we do our reading or not, I discovered that we're actually still missing a lot of pages. Some of the chapters are missing a dozen pages. So, I think it's maybe not really time to dig into the book yet. However, there's one thing that I thought was interesting. The chapter about the triumvirates, written by Haub the Swallow himself, who apparently, at some point, gained the ability to hold a quill. I was flipping through this and I thought, it might be nice to start the episode with a reading on the essence. Well, it turns out that's one of the pages we don't have, somehow. So, I don't know, that could be very interesting, possibly useful. Unfortunately, we don't have it. I mean, they're not about the current membership of the essence, of the triumvirates or anything, but sort of about the guiding philosophies that formed them. I do think that stuff is interesting. The bits that I read while I was flipping through are very, very fascinating to me, very much the sort of thing I really get into. But I think we'll come back and we'll read the book once the chapters are a little bit more complete. Anyway, enough buying time. I suppose it's time to go for this. So I've been thinking about not setting Lei free. And I'll tell you why. As much as I think Lei is someone that we could afford to part with, potentially, and someone who would be useful on the other side, who has skills that are somewhat different from Jodariel's, I'm concerned that in order to win this fight, in order to win this match, I think our best lineup is Bertrude and the 2 flyers. The 2 flyers for catching, scoring attempts, and Bertrude for making it so that we can lose control of the match for a brief time and come out okay. But I really do think Lei is the one we can most afford to lose, since her capabilities are largely duplicated by Hedwyn. I don't know. I'm still considering. Once more, you have gained the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free. But first you shall have to prevail against the essence in the liberation rite. Reader, your companions are gathered there under the fall. They shall be counting on you. Don't I know it? Indeed, as the cycle of the rites turns ever faster, so too is our plan set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of a stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance, though let us not despair should victory elude us here. We shall make the most of whatever the scribes may have in store for us. That is to say, good luck, my boy. It's time. Yeah, despair's not going to be the thing that costs us here. Not quite so much as incompetence. Obviously, we are going 0 Titan stars.
Dullness the locket.
Okay, this is another 3%. Adversary's Pyre shall recover each time they douse your Pyre. Okay. That one's not so terrifying, but yeah, obviously 0 Titan stars for the Liberation Rite, because I'm having enough trouble with these as it is. Through a wondrous miracle, there lies upon this highest mountain some text that I failed to read fast enough.
The summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel to conduct the liberation rite.
He says Aladiel.
Even as the stars themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader. This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust your adversaries, the essence, shall not throw away this chance. Choose now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the essence, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Yeah, here we go. Tamitha swoops down from somewhere and unfastens her mask. And this is the part where she talks about how we're all betrayers and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to go back and kill everybody, I know. I am known as Tamitha Thane. I mean to return to my ancestral home and promptly resume my responsibilities as flight tactician of the Highwing Remnants. Our long stalemate against the Commonwealth shall soon be ended, should I and several of my sisters manage to rejoin our clan. Then our vengeance shall be swift and thorough. Your quarrel with the country that cast you into exile is beneath the notice of the scribes, Tamitha Thane. Here you shall be judged under the stars. My quarrel with the Commonwealth is all that gave me and my sisters strength enough to reach this point. The scribes ought well take heed of how my people suffer. We are not weaklings any more, like your Trieste Tithys. We shall not fall in line with flightless fools in their naked attempts to subsume our heritage, our culture. Speak not again thus of the saint, or you shall be expelled, Tamitha Thane. Tamitha scoffs, then turns her attention toward your side. And, Nightwings, as for you, the fury we shall imminently show is nothing in comparison to the hatred growing for your commonwealth in the mountains on the other side. She signals to her sisters to ready themselves. This is going to be tough. I just have to get as good at intercepting them in the air as they are at intercepting me in the air. You seek your freedom, but there shall be nothing save for devastation should you manage to return. Alright. Nightwings, your decision. On whose behalf shall you conduct the liberation rite? Reader, I would ask you to choose wisely, but I am sure you know no other way. And you, prepare your song, Tariq. Of course, Celeste. Alright, there's a lot of back and forth between them that is not necessary. So like I was saying, oh yeah, we can't run Bertrude anyway, that's right, she's not advanced enough. So, Ruki versus Lei. I mean, Ruki could go home. His Gloria is 18, he'll actually do 23 damage. But I guess that's actually probably not even going to be a different number of goals. It'll mean that the Pyre gets a little bit lower toward the end, and we might be able to make an easier shot to finish them off. It's certainly not Headwind. Headwind's not going anywhere. No, let's stick with the plan. Lei, fast as the wind. Right, I don't think we need that. Yeah, right? I'm trying to think, who is it that's going to take the Lanthorn? Is this something I want to put on Lei instead? Tizo's probably not going to do too much banishing. He's mostly going to be tackling people. Although, I mean, after he tackles people, probably he banishes them. But it might actually be her with the Lanthorn. The thing is, she's going to be running forward a lot, so she's most likely to be banished. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for her to have it. She's the one who's going to get returned, mostly. Alright, and this time I mean it. For me? You'll try again. For me.
Who shall strive for her?
Alright, I kind of forgot about the effect of the Black Claw. We probably want to stick with Trieste's Plume on you. I think I am going to swap the Black Claw out for the Lanthorn. The thing is, he's just not a very good ball carrier, which lessens the value of the Claw. So he'll have to try to catch people coming at the orb and then tackle them afterward. Tizo is determined to help Lei prevail. This time. We'll get there. We'll get there. Alright. I'm sure Tamitha would rather not be directly responsible for Tamitha's failure, but I don't know that we have a choice here. Glad we're giving her another shot.
Very well.
One final obstacle to overcome ere I can soar again above your commonwealth. Such destruction I shall rain upon it soon. But first, Let us dance this final time. Alright, I'm just going to take a moment to collect myself here. Alright. So Lay is going to be doing a lot of the scoring. Lay, and then while Lay is banished from scoring, Pamitha. Lay has infinite stamina while, okay. His infinite stamina while carrying, so... Oh, that didn't work. Alright, good tackle, good tackle. Oh, you're kidding me. What? There was a moon sign thing that happened there. As the liberation rite continues, you sense Pamitha reaching out to you. Or perhaps just reaching out to anyone at all. Reader, someone, please, let her prevail. Let her prevail. Please, let her prevail here, this once. If this thought makes me a traitor, so be it, but please, let Pamitha prevail. For she is here, wrapped up in all of this, because of me. Somebody doesn't have a lot of faith in the plan. The plea trails off, and Pamitha remains steadfast, all her attention focused on the liberation rite. And, as for Tamitha... Prepare yourselves, Nightwings! And as for you, Pamitha, I await the outcome of this night, for it shall soon ensure that I may never have to see your smirking countenance again. Boy. I tried to... Wow, really? Oh, come on! I pushed her through the star sign with my charge. That sucks. Ah. Man, their dash is much faster than mine. Alright. So even though I have infinite stamina while carrying, I lose my sprint when I land from a jump. Alright. It's a big gap. Yeah, their charge pushes back in such a large radius around them. It feels like mine's not quite as big. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay. Oh, I should be flying when I go into the thing. Ah, jumped right into that. Alright, buddy. Just get ready. Are you kidding? Do you see, like, the way they're rapidly changing elevation and stuff? They can move at full speed while immune to cast because they are effectively always flying. Hark now, my sisters. Damn what the book says. Advance to strike formation. Prevail here against these wretches, no matter the cost. Hey, stop talking and play the game. In disregard for the ways of the rites, Tamitha Thane has ordered her triumvirate to push further afield, adopting an even more aggressive stance for the remainder of the rite. That's all stuff that that could have been shown to me rather than told. I started charging the power cast, and then she took off, so I let go to try to jump instead. But the power cast animation can't be cancelled by jumping or by switching control, apparently, once you start the button, once you press the button. Hey, voice. You are very chatty.
Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
In general, I think the writing in the game is quite good, but the writing around the Liberation Rite is like, as soon as you get up to the fall of Solium, everybody starts repeating themselves so much. Like, I'm sure in a second here, Tamitha is going to, or Pamitha, rather, is going to tell me that she's going to destroy the Commonwealth, and also that she's going to destroy the Commonwealth, and also that she's going to destroy the Commonwealth, and finally, that she's going to destroy the Commonwealth. But yeah, I started the Auracast, or the Powercast animation, and before, even though I let go of it immediately, the harp was into our goal before it completed, and I couldn't switch control or jump or do anything. That was a frustrating way to lose. Oh, so then it seems the scribes still want me to remain, because maybe this place, maybe this is my real home? Yeah, that's, so that's every deeply evil person from here allowed back into the Commonwealth? No, not Lendl. Lendl's still trapped. Commonwealth fools. How fitting that the traditions such as this should spring from a culture such as yours. They ought to have put me to the sword, but no. They, in their arrogance and in their smug superiority, deigned reason that those such as I ought to be exiled instead. Here, then, we would live in penitence and learn the error of our ways? She laughs, for once, though not with joy. Such utter nonsense. And now they shall receive me open-armed, a champion forged by their precious system. Yet I shall use every waking breath to bring them all to ruin. She turns to her fellow sisters of the Essence and regards them with respect. Sisters, we may not be bound by blood, but ours is a stronger bond even than that. May we soar together in the stars some day, and I swear to you, the Highwing remnants shall survive. Farewell, sisters. She was remarkably succinct. I guess that fits with her. A moment later she is gone, engulfed within the waters of the Shimmer Pool. Yet you hear her voice reverberate for one last time. Yep, you just said that. So Tamitha earned back her freedom.
Godspeed, Tamitha Thane.
And we're only...
The 8 scribes are watching from afar. By their grace, may the cycle of the rites keep turning for as long as possible.
Okay. So we're only going to get like 1 or 2 more people back, probably. I don't know exactly the numbers, because it is a thing of the characters in this game that they never ever want to share with me numbers that they know. But, the plan is probably not going to get much more likely than it already is, basically.
Until the turning of the stars, farewell.
Well, the good news is we can tell Pamitha we did that on purpose. The other good news is that I don't believe that any of the remaining teams are actually very difficult to play against, and so probably will win out from here, but not such a good showing so far. Well, Tamitha, I knew full well I never could give back to you the years you spent in exile, and I knew I could never regain your trust. But maybe now at least, I can start to live with myself again. Though how absurd. I might have doomed the Commonwealth, the Highwing remnants, and Tamitha alike this night, and yet, once more, all I can think of is myself. I need a drink. Okay, so, here's the thing I don't understand. Why was Tamitha exiled? Her crime isn't a thing that she can be declared innocent of, right? She attacked the Commonwealth in a way that, like, there was no doubt that it was her. So she comes back from the rites, and that means that the scribes have said that it was good that she attacked the Commonwealth, because they certainly can't make her innocent of the crime. How does this work on the other side? Like, what is the Commonwealth's logic in having exiled instead of executed her? After the liberation rite, you find Pamitha drinking alone. Everyone else seems to be off, doing something equivalent. You are about to leave her be when she looks up at you. That's that, then, reader darling. Mission accomplished. Is that what you wish to hear? That my loyalties have, all this time, rested with Tamitha? You know that it's not that simple. Besides, I think I've made plain my intentions from the start. I'm here because of her. She looks up at you then. Didn't she already look up at us? She looked further up at you. But I'm still here because of you. She pauses again for a time. I don't know the reasons why we failed that liberation rite. Were the essence simply superior to us, perhaps? But I don't wish to know. And as you can probably detect here, darling, I feel no joy in this outcome. But I feel as though a part of me was liberated there, along with Tamitha. So, and I realize this may make little sense right now, but thanks. If nothing else, for being there to help me see this through. She then gestures toward you with her bottle. I mean, she's going through a lot and could probably use the company, but I don't know. She doesn't particularly like me, I don't think. Yeah, let's decline the offer. I don't think she particularly cares for me, and I don't know that she would be happy if I sat down across from her. You turn aside the bottle. Pamitha shrugs and smirks. More for me, then. Nothing more needs to be said. As the hour grows very late, you excuse yourself and leave her to her thoughts. If Pamitha ever was conflicted in her intentions, you sense that now she is fully committed to the group. She has nothing else to strive for. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense for her to have been conflicted in any way in the first place, because the success of our plan frees Tamitha. So we have but a few such liberation rites remaining. Exactly how many I do not wish to speculate about, as yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. I bet he knows. Under no circumstances would I suggest this is ideal. However, it is opportunity enough that our plan may, as yet, succeed. Although, all of these setbacks, I fear... Wilfred trails off and falls silent. Some of the others exchange looks. They are beginning to understand. With the rites soon ending, everything which Wilfred has sought, both on his own for many years and now with all of you, all of it may have been in vain. The hush spreads to the others. But not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of your fellow exiles turns to you, their expressions asking you a question with no easy answer. What are we going to do? As you meet Hedwyn's gaze, the words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You are searching to find the right words, as all your fellow exiles are looking to you now. Oh, interesting. You tell them that you have all stood together time after time throughout this quest, and are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. Yes, I understand what's going on here. So we can fiddle with this a little bit until it's right. Let's try... You tell them that you are not going to mince words with anyone here, because by now each of you knows each other well. That's... So this... The first half of this sets sort of the tone of what we're saying, and the second half is just a sort of a clarification. You all struggle to come this far across the downside. Tell them you have all stood together time after time throughout this quest. That's better. That's a little bit more hopeful, I think. I don't really like either of the second half options here. Alright, let's try this way. Let's straight talk him, quote unquote straight talk. You aren't okay. I don't hate this. You tell them that you are not going to mince words with anyone here, as that would be a grave disservice to the group. None of you pursue this quest with any guarantees. It is a quest you all knew was unlikely to end well. Let's not... See, it is clear now that not all of you are going to return presumes the failure of the plan, doesn't it? Since that is precisely what the plan is. Okay, your path to freedom still is laid bare before you all. True freedom is not waiting for you in the Commonwealth. Yeah, it's something we gotta build. Okay, I like this. Meanwhile, the stars themselves are shining on for you. All of what transpired cannot be mere chance. Oh, this one's in 3 pieces. Okay. You have a divine duty to uphold. I'm not so worried about a divine duty. Or glory, really. The Commonwealth is already in upheaval. There you have unfinished business to conduct. You have to resist the forces that would crush you. This is looking more like the angle I want to take on this. The injustices committed on the other side cannot continue. I like that a lot better. I like this. The Commonwealth is already in upheaval. There you have unfinished business to conduct. The injustices committed on the other side cannot continue. Now is the time to stand and fight the forces that oppose you, for your own sake. And for those who live oppressed. I like that. This is good. For each other, for your own sake. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to lose sight of the fact that there is a selfish element to this, and, like, we have to acknowledge that. For those who do not fight, do not prevail. No, I like for those who live oppressed. There's a whole bunch of people who are not a part of this fight, who we are fighting for. They may well prevail. So I don't think that's appropriate. I like this. What's our other options? You have the opportunity to live with purpose. Stand poised to ensure the world you leave behind for your loved ones. No, I like this. The sort of a call to action here. Now is the time to stand and fight the forces that oppose you, for your own sake, for those who live oppressed. If you cannot see the merit in this quest, then okay, that's... I don't know that we need to be directly accusatory. If you can believe any of this. That's not a very confident start. If you cannot see the merit in this quest... No, let's not go accusatory. Alright, if you can believe any of this, then believe above all in each other? Then trust what your heart is telling you? No. We're doing this together. If you can believe any of this, then believe above all in each other. Believe that the plan may yet be achieved. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last sentiment with the group. Let us stand together now and always. Mere distance cannot separate our spirits. That's a little generic. Stars have not vanished, they have joined us? Well, that's plainly not the case. Let us bring about the harmony envisioned by the 8 scribes. You know, I'm not particularly interested in what the 8 scribes have to think about this at this point. The people of the Commonwealth need us as we need one another. That's closer. No, I like this. Let us stand together now and always. Then you join the others in silence. Thus do you remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time, but then... Damn right, my friend. We've stood together time after time, and I'll be right there with you till the end, no matter where we end up. You truly believe that your Commonwealth can change its ways, then, reader darling. I suppose that I may yet come to believe it, too. Tizo vows to stand with you no matter where your quest shall lead. May long the stars remain a light for you, reader sir. All the while, Wulfred remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens, and he smiles. You are right, of course, my boy. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. Let us stand together, now and always. Lead us, then, reader, to the end of our quest, and the dawn of the new age for all our kin. Everyone, for the Night Wings! Everyone responds in kind. They stand with you, no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury, because now the last rites beckon. Alright, well, I think we did okay there. I wonder if there are different outcomes here. I doubt that anything you say could lead to the group, bailing on the rites or anything. But, I wonder if there are different stat rewards and stuff. Alright, let us stand together, even though I'm not doing that great of a job. The stars above now burn with what appears a desperate fury. Many more of them than usual. Path is yours to choose amid a myriad of stars. So, it strikes me that every other triumvirate seems to be willing to cheat to accomplish the liberation rites, and that there appear to be literally zero consequences for that. So why hasn't Wolfred figured out a way for us to cheat? We should be cheating. I place no value in the sacred tradition of the 8 scribes or whatever. We have an important thing to do. People are depending on us. We should be winning. The stars of the 8 scribes. They shine together now, as one. The lone minstrel draws breath, as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. This is another sign the rites are soon to cease. Few chances yet remain to confront the adversaries you have met during your journey. Well, so we're more likely than not to succeed on our plan, even with only one person on the other side. I think this should still be very doable. Hold on, let's hit the planner. So who's up next? The Fate is looking lively. The Dissidents, the Pyre Hearts. I'll say I would rather not face the Pyre Hearts in the Liberation, right? The jumping started to get a little scary toward the end there. Also, I don't particularly want to face Dalbert in it because I don't want to have to defeat him and send him back to the bottom. So if we beat Dalbert right now, then we'll pretty much ensure that they won't be... Well, I guess if we beat everybody, I don't know how many rights we're gonna do until the next one. Oh, rights till next liberation too. It's right there. Okay, so if we beat Dalbert, and then we beat one of these two, the other one will be who we face. So maybe we play the Fate and the Pyre Hearts, and then we just actually go ahead and throw down with the Dissidents. Sounds okay to me. Alright, sorry, Dalbert. It'll hurt less if we do it this way. Don't give them the trap of false hope. The stars revealed to you a path toward the cairn of Haub, where the rites shall soon continue. Come morning, your travels shall continue. For now, everyone needs rest. Yep, I knew it was going to be Wolfred. Hello, my boy. Tizo and I, we were just reminiscing on old times. Tizo is happy to have Wolfred back among the Nightwings once again. Thank you, Tizo. I am happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though, you understand why we were forced to be apart for so long, don't you? Tizo indicates that he understands full well. I trust that Tariq provided some good company and song during the intervening time. Tizo confirms he did enjoy traveling alongside the lone minstrel for some time. And there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Wolfred, sir? Wolfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tariq. We are well enough for now. Tizo and I, we were just remembering the time when we first met, the three of us. Tizo was rather apprehensive then, as I recall. He was merely being circumspect, I'm sure. Tizo has the sharpest instincts of us all. But the bite he gave to you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? It did, indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It's a good reminder that, despite the challenges we faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise, can I say the same, sir? Tizo shares the sentiment as well. Wilfred turns to you. I should apologize, my boy. Here we are talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we're skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we wax nostalgic. The Nightwings that you know, we are a strange assortment, are we not? Those of us who share some kinship from the past, I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it. But it should not be to the exclusion of the friendships that we forge right now. So, please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together, you, Wulfred, Tizo, and the Lone Minstrel talk a while about the times gone by. The three of them are pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through shared experience in the past. Just the same, they have welcomed you into the group. In spite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon, the conversation winds down, though it lifted all of your spirits for a while. Alright. Well, let's not waste any time, I suppose. There's no time now to return to the Moonlight Alcove as before, as the stars already urged you on. Everyone is ready to make haste for the Cairn of Hoad. Yeah, I know. I'm one of the ones who's eager to make haste. Wulfred approaches as you fly above his hidden lair at the Moonlight Alcove. You cannot help but wonder if you shall ever return there. Our dear alcove. I've asked my agents to break down the place. It soon shall be gone if it isn't already. We shall not be returning. We've not the time to do so anyway. And with Orlek back among the living now, and no longer fond of me, I dare not think what he would do with it. Unfortunately, hiding places are of little value once they're found. Once all of this is over, those of us who do not manage to return, we shall have to find another place to live. To try to live, at least. He's talking like he doesn't believe we're all getting out of here either. That was the point, right? What is going on here? Howlers sure don't look like they should be able to fly. Their wings are very small. Boy, why did I pick a destination that was so far away? Let's see here. Wulfred suspects we'll find something of value in Lixand, and Lay spots a convenient landing here. I think at this point, let's make with the vocations. I'm a little torn, though, whether I want to do study or whether I want to tutor Wulfred. Because he could certainly use some catch-up, and he's already quite useful. After having reached the desolate sprawl of Shunt, you volunteer to survey the grounds. You prepare to head out. However, your companions beat you to it in this case. Please, don't exert yourself, okay? We'll be back shortly, I think. They depart, leaving you to rest up. When they later return with nothing much to report, you're feeling better, and are in the midst of deciding which of your vocations to pursue. Well... Lay seems to be talking to the Black Wagon's walls again, though this time something seems to have come over her. Little brother, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Okay, I can't do that with my voice. You see it. You're unsure whether to check in with her or leave her be. I think we should probably check in with her. Seems like something might be up here. Lay would not be here if she lacked the capacity to work through her problems. There's no evidence of that. Sometimes people get into stuff they can't handle. Yeah, let's butt in. Though Lay is clearly capable of surviving on her own, you do worry for her, and in this case make an attempt to reach out to her. Oh, Hi, mister. I don't think I saw you there just now, and so my little brother and we were just talking for a little while? Well, I was the one doing the talking. Why, my little brother, he's just a wagon wall, so he can't respond. He can't respond, but he can listen, and he listens really well. Now, I'd like to get back to my conversation here with him, if you don't mind, and you're welcome to stay, though, if you like. Seems Lay's doing all right after all? Maybe. She did invite me to stay. Yeah, that's true, she did. Let's keep listening. You decide to take Lay up on her invitation and keep listening to her conversation with the wagon wall. Her little brother, as she calls it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I remember. It's that they always said there was something wrong with me, but they wouldn't really tell me what. They said that I was moon-touched, but so what? Those deemed impaired by Commonwealth standards or very different in a negative sense. So then the scribes, they called me here. They're the ones who brought me here, not those people. They were so cruel. They were always so cruel. I didn't have a little brother at the time, no one that I recall, really. Although, so much of it back then, I can't tell how much of it I dreamt. Most of it, I didn't want it to be true. But I remember that they threw me out. They decided they would throw me out, and let the scribes take care of me, they said. The scribes, they would take care of me. It was so very quiet here, and I was all alone again, although I think I liked it more, being alone down here than being alone back there. Everybody's alone down here, and so it makes me feel less alone, somehow. Back there, why, I would sometimes see families, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, but here there was hardly anyone at all. But I knew that I was closer to the scribes. I knew that they were in the sky above, and I did search for them up there, you know? And then one night I found them. I saw the stars and they were falling to the ground, and I thought, why is it the scribes themselves are crying? Are they sad? And maybe are they sad for me? Well, that was when I first saw you, little brother. With your help I would get closer to the scribes. That way, maybe they could answer all my questions, don't you think? But I'm so very glad I found you and the others. I'm finally not alone. I'm finally not alone, and more importantly, I think, sometimes I even feel that way, that I'm not alone. Maybe, as we get closer, maybe I'll get to feel that way more often, being here or being anywhere, with you and all my friends. Maybe it's good that we didn't send her over to the other side. She falls silent. Though you were concerned for her at first, you sense that now she is at peace. She wanders off, faintly smiling. You sense you have a better understanding of her now. Yeah, I mean, sort of. Alright, do I want to train up Volfred or... We really, really, really need to hit the rest of the liberation rites, I'm assuming? Alright, let's pick this up. This'll be useful no matter who I run. You excuse yourself from the others to go pore over the Book of Rites and its mysteries. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. I probably just want to grab the other rank of celerity, right? The 8 scribes who composed the book, their influence and their experience spreads through the pages into the willing reader's deepest consciousness. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Alright. Plus quickness for everybody. I mean, it seems just broadly useful. Alright, let's head over here and maybe do a good job. Wouldn't that be nice? Halt. Everyone, I beg you, please forgive my rudeness here. The Black Wagon has shuddered to a stop en route to the cairn of Haub. There's some commotion as the lone minstrel motions for everyone to be still. Someone is there, along our path ahead. Yeah, I bet I know who. He points into the distance. However, when you scan the horizon, everything is still. You see no sign of whomever the lone minstrel referred to. Still, he indicates caution. Strange. I do not believe I was mistaken. A tense moment passes. Then another. Then the lone minstrel tenses up. Our guest. He is there. You look toward where he signals, and then, at last, you see the cause of his concern. There is no mistaking who it is. Orlek stands there, near motionless, atop some forgotten rock jutting from the stark Badlands, a fair distance away. He stands directly on the path of your black wagon. Yet he shows no sign of acknowledging the wagon's presence. He appears only to be waiting for something, likely for you all. The lone minstrel gets your attention, quietly. Reader, what do your senses tell you at this time? Orlek may have come with ill intent. Oh, you think that's a possibility? Well... Confrontation outside of the bounds of the rites is forbidden. I don't know what the penalty for such a thing could possibly be. You have a right to get to. Orlek may wish to stand in the way, but can be made to move. I don't know, he's probably here to just, like, taunt us like bad guy from an anime or something. Let's just press forward. We got somewhere to be. There's no need to give in to Orlek's threats. He can declare his intentions or get out of the way. He cannot stand against you all. We'll just run him over with the black wagon is what we'll do. Very well. Let us press forward, then. You give the signal for the drive imps to start the wagon and move full speed ahead. But just as you reach the point where Orlek once stood, it seems our guest has already departed. Let us remain watchful as we proceed on course. Indeed, Orlek is nowhere to be found now. The unnerving encounter causes everyone to fall silent for the remainder of the trip. Your wagon finally arrives at the cairn of Haub, where still there is no sign of Orlek, or your next adversaries, for that matter. Your companions organize a quick search about the premises, leaving you to watch the wagon until the rite's commencement. You know, I'm just thinking over here, maybe it would be best to play against the Pyre Hearts in the Liberation Rite, because as much as I have a hard time keeping them from scoring, they don't score very hard, and also, probably Sir Gilman would appreciate a chance to really thoroughly defeat them at the moment of their greatest potential victory. Oh, hey, how's it going? Something is wrong. Someone is here, alone with you. Orlek seems to be examining various objects in the wagon. Whether he has noticed you, you cannot tell. What he is doing here and how he got in unnoticed, you cannot imagine. You watch him go about whatever he is doing, examining all sorts of things that you and your fellow exiles have gathered on your journey. He shakes his head. All of these trinkets. This wagon. It is most different now. Welcoming, and yet I am unwelcome here, it seems. In my own wagon. He directs his gaze at you, acknowledging your presence for the first time. You, a mere shadow. Tell me something. Who are you to them? You know, honestly, I can think of no compelling reason to comply. I don't see any benefit in playing whatever game this guy's playing. Let's consider it for a moment, though. He may as well know the truth of it. I mean, he should know the truth of it already, I would imagine. Your relationship to this band has grown to become more than just your role in the rites. Yeah, I'm everybody's friend. Everybody likes me, right? Except Tamitha. And also Bertrude. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not answering the questions of this weird monster guy. Not because he's a demon, but because he's kind of a monster. You hold Orlek's stone gaze as best you can, but remain silent. Thus does his question fall into the past, unanswered. An idiot, perhaps. No matter. I doubt, however, that the Nightwings would have taken you for sympathy alone. Reply to them a message for me, Shadow. Tell them, I shall have my night. He strides right past you toward the door. But then he turns to you again once more. I shall have my night. Then Orlek is gone. Huh. Not allowed to check the roster, because we're here alone. That's an interesting little detail. Several of your companions return as you exit the wagon. You explain what happened. However, none of them saw Orlek. Most concerning, reader. Though I am thankful you are well. Orlek, he always was a peaceful individual, and yet his disposition is much different now. Perhaps we had best inspect the wagon for any signs of tampering in light of these events. You and the others conduct an exhaustive search in and around the Black Wagon for any signs of objects missing or tampered with, as well as signs of damage or foul play. The search yields nothing. No one finds any sign that anything was moved or tampered with. Even the drive imps seem calm. The incident leaves you questioning your own recollection of what happened. You try to clear your mind, for the rite is soon now to commence. That's true it is. Hey, guys, you know what I was just thinking? Maybe I should have a sale or something here sometime. But, then again, my prices are as low as they can go, so I don't think I can. I just can't do it, guys. Yes, that's very believable, Falconron. Yeah, that's a pretty cool talisman. Obviously, I don't have any money, because I never do anything to get money. These are way out of my price range. Pleasure selling mushrooms to you, though, Ron. Tell your friends about us, because I already told mine. Hey, you're recycling dialogue. How dare you? Alright, well, I think, as is the custom, that's going to be it for us for today. One crushing defeat is quite enough, thank you. Come back next time. We're going to defeat Dalbert here, because I'd much rather do it here than in the Liberation Rite. And then, you know what, I think we are going to go put Barker away again as well, because I do want to play a Liberation Rite against the Pyre Hearts. And if I lose that one, then maybe I deserve to fail the plan. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Come back for all of that plotting, and we'll see you then.